my channel. I hope you guys are all doing well today. So I have a few things in front of me that I would like to share with you guys. They are our favorite things as of now. We're only about a month into school, which doesn't seem like a long time, but we have truly found some of our favorites. So I wanted to share with you guys just in case that you guys were kind of on the lookout for certain things or specific things or subjects, and maybe this could help one of you moms. All right, you guys, so the things that I have chosen for our favorites videos, or the things that we are loving, come from all different subjects. Now, these are supplemental items. These are not our curriculum. I want to wait a few months, maybe at the end of each quarter, I'll kind of go over with you guys which subjects we are enjoying, why we're not, things like that, to kind of give you guys an overall view of those curriculums. But I would rather be further into them because we are only on about a month into school. And so these are like supplements, things we're reading on the sides, things we're using on the sides, the things that the kids are using, just kind of like all over the place, basically, just not curriculum. So these are my favorites, my sister's favorites, and the kids' favorites. So getting started, it's kind of going to be all over the place. I don't have it all in order, but starting with Bible, I do group Bible on Fridays. We use Abeka through the week. So when we use Abeka through the week, we do reviews on some of those days over the things that we have already learned. So on those days, we have them do a couple things. The first thing that I'm going to share with you guys, this is our Bible characters journal. Now, I created this at the beginning of the year, and what it's for is, for instance, my daughter learned about Simon and Peter, and so after she learned about them on review day, she wrote who they were, how they were involved with Jesus and his discipleship. And so it just kind of has her write down what she's learned so that she remembers it. So that is what this is. It has different parts in the Bible. So like Adam and Eve, it has like Old Testament people and prophets like Moses. And then it has, after Jesus has came in the New Testament, we have John the Baptist, we have Simon and Peter, we have miracles that he had performed while he walked on earth. If you guys are interested at all in getting yourselves one of these, I do have them on my website for free. It's a free download. You just go on there, you download it, you print them out. I just laminated the front and back cover, and then I just bound it. You don't even have to do that, you guys. If you don't have a binding machine, put it in a binder, keep it in a folder, keep them as loose papers, however you guys would like, but they're free. And yeah, so they are okay. So another thing that we do for Bible is I created some verse cards. You see them here. I just cut them out and laminated them, and then what I do is the kids work through one of these cards for 2 weeks, and after the 2 weeks is up, they do their memory verse for us. Now, I purchased these little wooden boxes from the Dollar Tree, and they just painted them how they liked. So they do that every single day, and they said that they are enjoying doing these verses more than the ones on Abeka, and my guess is because they are shorter. This one's not that short, but for the most part, what they've had so far has been pretty short. So I'm not sure if that's why they're saying that these are their favorites, but they are. Another thing that I just created, because I felt like they needed something more than just verbally saying their verses. Some of them were not getting it, and so I just wanted to add a little bit more to it. So on their review days as well, I created these. I just did a little front cover for it, and I did these little the same verse cards that, or the same verses that are on here. I just put them onto this so that they have room to do copy work. So that is what they've done so far, and I just put them in order to go along with their verse cards. So for instance, we are starting on this one on Monday, which is tomorrow, and so this is the same card that they have there. If you guys do go onto my website and download these, some of the little floral framing is going to look a little bit different because it wasn't fitting on this 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 format as well, so I kind of had to change things up. But for the most part, they look the same. So I just put them in order in their little boxes here, and then I bound them together in order. And there's 2 of these pieces next to each other, and I just did front and back when I did my printout, and I just cut them down the center, and then I snipped my, my binding so that it fit. So my oldest is really enjoying this. And I think my 2 little, you know, my youngest niece and my daughter, I think they're enjoying this too. I think that they said that they really like it. I think they said that they like this. I'm not so sure. I think my daughter likes this. My niece, my youngest niece, is just like, it's okay, because it's more writing. Okay, so the next thing that I'm going to share with you guys is something else having to do with Bible. This is our Bible trivia game. I purchased it through Amazon. You guys, the kids love this. So we've had a few fun Fridays, and every Friday they ask to play this game. So, and you can't say no. We have like a cabinet full of games that I would like to get to on Fun Fridays, but they always resort back to the Bible trivia game, which is awesome. I love it that they want to play it. So this is something that they are really loving, which isn't too expensive on Amazon. So I have a few more Bible supplements to share with you guys. These we are reading during our Bible time for group Bible, and so a couple of them, I'll just explain it to you as we go. So this first one here is the Answers Book for Kids, Volume 1. Now we have the whole set. We started with 1. I only read a few pages, and the kids are loving it, you guys. My oldest niece asked me probably 5 questions as we were reading through this and our other Bible supplements, and I just love that she's actually interested in knowing these things and knowing the answers. But for this, all 3 of the kids really, really love this, and myself and my sister really, really love it as well. So that's a winner for all of us. Now I've only read 2 devotionals out of this. I would say they're not really devotionals, they're Bible stories. But I've read 2 out of here, and I personally am loving it. I think it's really good. It hits on some really great points. So I just read 2, God Creates Marriage, and you guys, I just really love this. So it breaks the story down a little bit and just explains it, and I really love how they've done this. I really, really am enjoying this. They have like these bonuses at the end. It talked about angels. If you guys are looking for some Bible supplements, I would suggest getting these. Like, hands down, I think that they are so good. Now, I've only read 2 out of here. We've only read, I don't know, 10, 12 pages out of here. But so far, you guys, we are really loving them. Now, with this one, I will say that the kids had a lot of questions with, especially my eldest niece. She had quite a few questions out of this, and they were great questions. So it makes them think. So that's what we want. The last one here for Bible, I think this is the last one, yeah. This is Ken Ham's One Blood for Kids, what the Bible says about race. We love this. All of us have been really enjoying this. So this is definitely a book that I would recommend for you guys. This is a really, really great read. It's very informational, and it just touches on everything that you want to talk to your kids about, and sometimes you're not quite sure how to word it correctly, or you don't want them to misunderstand it. So coming from a biblical angle, I think is a really great way to touch on this subject. So that is basically it for our Bible. Next, I'm just going to share with you guys some readers that my son is really, really enjoying. So for the letter C, we read through Calling All Cars. Actually, my youngest niece, Ari, read this to Isaiah, and he really liked it. I don't know if it was because she was reading it to him or what, but they sat down and read this, and he seemed to really enjoy this book. When we work through D, we just finished that up. We actually are doing one more week of it, but these are some books that I read to him that he really, really loved. This is Step into Reading Level 1 or Step 1 by Storybots. This is Tyrannosaurus Rex. Just a really, really cute short story to keep your little one engaged as you're reading. It's really a cute story. The next one is the Berenstein Bears and the Missing Dinosaur Bones. Now I purchased this through Thrift Books, I believe, only for a few dollars. And he really liked this. It had him guessing and trying to figure out who stole the missing bone. And at the end of it, when it is revealed on who it was, he was very shocked. And it was just really cute. He enjoyed this one. So the next one I have here, this is Digging Dinos. And this is actually purchased through the dollar store, you guys, through Dollar Tree. And what he really enjoyed about it is there's this app that you can upload to your phone or download to your phone, and there's parts in this that has like a little picture prompt here, and you just hold the phone over it and it brings this to life. It is so cool, you guys. I'm gonna show it to you guys. So what you do is you just hold your phone over the picture and it brings it to life. It's so cute. He really, really loves this. Here is another one. You just hold it over it and it brings it to life. So he really thought that that was fun. He's really enjoying this. And the book also, obviously, it has like information on each dinosaur, fun facts. So it talks about fossils. So it was really fun, but that was his favorite part, is using the phone and getting the picture to come to life. We do have a few other books like this, just like farm animals, I think insects, but he really loved the dinosaur one. The last dinosaur book we have here is this life-size Dinosaurs. I purchased this through Usborne, and it is such a cool book. So everything in this book is actual size of a dinosaur. So this is the spike that's on the back of a Stegosaurus. So that is literally the size of a Stegosaurus's spine or spike. I don't know, what is it called? A plate. This is a face of a dinosaur, so he got to hold it up to him. They have all different ones in here, but he thought that this was really fun because we would put it up to him and see how big it was. Like, this is the life size of this particular dinosaur. So he just had a lot of fun with this. Interaction is really key for him, I think. But he really enjoyed those. So those had to do with my son's preschool stuff. And yeah, those are some of his likes. Now, some things that he is also liking are these Poppets. These have numbers and shapes on them. I have it sideways. These have numbers and shapes on them, you guys. And then we have the alphabet one. I hope that you guys can see it and it's not blurry. So even it just being Poppets, he loves just grabbing them and playing with them, and so do all of the girls. But he will literally just pull this and start counting or doing his alphabet on his own. So that's something that he really enjoys. Another thing that they've been doing with sensory are these little strings. You can tie them in knots, you can tie them together. They have little spikes or ridges or lines on them. They've been playing with these nonstop, you guys. And then our Errands Putty, they love these things, you guys. I honestly love these. All of these. My favorites, well, I guess I play with all of them. It's hard to get out with my nails, but let me just show you guys the consistency of this Errands Putty. So this is one of the Errands Putties. It's super stretchy. It's fun to play with. The kids love it. This one has like a glittery texture to it. But I also find myself grabbing theirs and playing with them as I'm teaching or reading. It's really calming, actually. Another thing that the kids are loving and that we are loving, we got a 4-pack of these different textured balls, and they're like stress balls, but they have like a goo inside. I don't know how to explain it. But like this one's really easy to squeeze. This one's a little harder, so they have like different pressures. I don't even know what you would call them, but these are really fun as well. We also have slime. I couldn't find any other slime. I don't know if the girls took theirs home and where Tally put hers, but I can't find them. But they're loving their slime that they've been picking out from their prize money from being good. Okay, so moving on from our sensory type items, those are a major win in our homeschool. But a reader that we have been doing as a read aloud is the Toothpaste Millionaire. This book has been really, really good. The kids have been interested in listening and asking questions. And yeah, so this is something that we are all enjoying. Something else that we are loving right now, you guys, when the kids have work to do, we purchased this. Let me get to some that are blank. But we purchased this lined color paper last year, and we didn't really use it, but this year we have been using it like crazy. The kids use it whenever they need lined paper. So it has, the pack comes with 4 different colors, and they are actually loving this. This is like one of their favorite things. I know it's silly, but they love it. So win for us, right? A couple things that my daughter has been really using is she's been doing a lot of writing and stuff with her language and writing class. So she has been using this Usborne book. This is Not Your Everyday Illustrated Thesaurus. This helps her find words that she typically wouldn't use every day. So this she's been reaching for, and she's also been reaching for the Banish Boring Words. She usually grabs this one first, and if she's not finding what she's looking for, that's when she'll reach for this one here by Usborne. Now this one's through Usborne, and this one I just purchased through Amazon. So any of these things that you guys find on my video today, you can probably find on my Amazon storefront. Now, if it's things that I have created, most things are already on my website. I do have a few that are here that are not on there yet, but I'm hoping I can get them on there soon. Something that they're really enjoying, they're enjoying a few things with geography. The first thing I want to mention is highlights, you guys. They love highlights. They all sit together at the table, and they actually work on this together without us. Like, we'll oversee it if they need us to, or if they have questions or one of them struggling with something, we'll help. But for the most part, they kind of just sit and do it on their own. It's something fun for them to do. My 8th grade niece is actually doing it with them, just for fun, because she does not need this class. We do have her working through a workbook for her age and her grade, so she's learning what she's supposed to, but this is more just like fun for her, and she enjoys it because her days usually seem to be a little shorter than the younger girls, which is really weird. Maybe because she stays super like motivated into getting it done. She like just sits, does it, and she's done. The other girls are like in La La Land sometimes, not all the time, but they're all really enjoying this. So that's really fun for them to do. For the younger girls, we work through this geography from A to Z picture glossary book for our landforms, and this I purchased through Amazon. I did create this little workbook here, and my youngest niece loves this. My daughter likes it too, but my youngest niece, she said this is one of her favorite things. So they basically draw a landform. For instance, this one is Cape, and then they do a definition and physical appearance of what it looks like to them. So that is a favorite of theirs. So the next thing I have here has to do with history. It's for our US presidents. Now my sister's working through this with the girls on her own. I am not doing this with them, but the girls are actually really enjoying it. So initially we were just going to be working through this book, and they were going to be writing, they were going to be writing out all their information on this that I created, but my sister wasn't really fond of just using this, so we then included this from the Dollar Tree, which is more just like has a few facts, but the facts that you need, you know what I mean? It doesn't have all of the extras. But what she has found that has made it super fun for them is she has looked on YouTube and found some informational YouTube videos on that specific president. For instance, they just worked through Thomas Jefferson, I believe. So they went ahead and filled this out here, and then they got to watch the video on him. And then this is what they really loved, was they got to draw a picture of him. So they watched like a tutorial on how to draw him, and they sat and they each drew him. So they are loving this. They just told me how fun it was and how excited they were that they got to do that. And they even stood up and did like a little presentation and just told, well, it wasn't a presentation. I think they just told us one fact about what they had learned, which was fun. So we're getting down to the end here, you guys. Now, if you guys are used to my channel, you know that we do like a reward system. So when they're good, or they get something right, or you know, they're paying attention, or they're answering questions we're asking, we give them little rewards. And I just recently redid our rewards to make them more age appropriate, brighter, and more fun for them. So I printed out all of these, and started passing them out this week, and they were so excited, you guys. I swear it's the little things. It makes me smile so big knowing that like they get excited still. So all the work that I put into this is worth it when they like it and when they're excited over something. So something as little as getting a reward card that looks different and then actually noticing and being like, oh my gosh, I love this one. This is so cool. You know, it makes me smile. So it makes my heart happy. So they're loving these, super silly, but they love them, and that's what counts. Another thing the two younger girls are loving is this health that we are working through, the American Girl, the Care and Keeping of You. This is the little workbook page that I did to go alongside of it. Now, I will mention, if any of you moms have purchased this from me on my website, I went on there and I was looking through it, and I noticed I had some errors on there. I don't know what happened when I was uploading it. I must have uploaded the one that I hadn't revised yet, like, cause I make them and then I print them out and then I go through them, check them, and then I do all my corrections. And I noticed that there were quite a few. So then I went back, long story, I think I uploaded the one that wasn't revised. So if you guys have purchased this and you have noticed that you have one that has errors throughout it, please email me and I will email you the new copy, okay? I'm sorry if that happened to you and if you've already printed it, but if you haven't and it's just sitting in your downloadable PDF file or whatever, or you've downloaded it and already printed it but you still want the corrected ones, let me know and I will email it to you. I'm so sorry. So I wanted to say that now. But anyways, so they're actually loving this. It's just reading through this and answering questions through this, and for some reason they love it, you guys. I don't know. They like it, so I'm happy with that. The last things I'm going to share with you have to do with our history unit studies. Now, we just started our second part to our Notgrass's Our Star Spangled Story. And so we learned about Alexander Graham Bell. I did a unit study on him using this book here through Scholastic. And then I created just this little workbook to go along with it. Now, they are really enjoying this. This was the major winner in our study so far. This we purchased last year on Amazon, and this is a Telegraph Key, so we got to go over Morse code and actually like do it and try to tell each other what letters we were doing. So we purchased this. It came in this little box. I will add this to my Amazon store just in case you guys are interested. And then I purchased this other pack. It comes in like this little bag. This is what you'll see if you went on there to purchase it. That's like the label for it. And then it came with these little phonic alphabet and Morse code cards. And then it explains Morse code to you and the history of it. With those cards, it came with, because this is not a set, it didn't come with the Telegraph Key and these. These are separate. But the cards, these actually came in this bag, okay, with these. But we used them together. So on this little card here, it has the same thing, the alphabet and the code, and then you would use this as the Morse code. But I saw this and I had to get it, you guys, because this looked like so much fun. So we literally I had the girls have their lined paper in front of them, and they were like blocking themselves, I think with one of their stands that had paper on it. And they were doing, like, say Ari wanted to do D, which is Delta, right? So she had to do like a long pause and then 2 little taps. And so Tally had to write it on her paper how it sounded, and then she had to look at her card and find what letter it was. And so we had so much fun doing that. I really enjoyed it. Maybe I'll put that in our day in the life, because I think, was that our day in the life day? It wasn't. Maybe I could try to put it in so you guys can see it. But they had a lot of fun with this. This next week, we're going to be working through sign language, so that is going to be really, really cool. But that was something that was a major win for them with this unit study. So that is it, you guys. That's what I have for our favorites this far for this first month of school on our supplements. I hope that this video was helpful, inspiring, or encouraging. So you guys be safe, be blessed, and I will see you next time. Bye, guys.
What if the world had more of your smile? What if the wind could spread your love? What if your sweetness could reach everyone? There'd be no wars,